All right, I believe we're live. So I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to get started and we are going to be talking a little bit about marketing and email. And so those are unusual topics for me to be talking about, but I went through this, right? And so this is something I wanted to share. I have new solutions that I want to share with people, and I am very, very happy and excited that you've chosen to watch this video. So, a little bit about me before we get started. My name is NiKole Maxwell. I am the CEO of Technikole Consulting, which is the channel that you're on right now. I am also the owner of, the owner of Technikole Consulting and the CEO of Black Multiverse Enterprises. I'm also the founder of Blackverse. And so those are all initiatives that are geared towards helping people to discover what possibilities and potentials lie ahead in the metaverse. Technikole Consulting, before we started our shift into the metaverse, our meta mind shift into kind of understanding what the metaverse was, we were dedicated to helping people be technically savvy. And so some of those tools and utilities are things that I have trained on this channel about before. They're also things that I've helped dozens, hundreds of people kind of understand different types of technology, everything from Gmail to Asana and Calendly, just tools that you can use to support your business and put on a professional front and a professional face for your audience. And so you always want to put your best foot forward when you are stepping out, especially as new business owners. And so one of those things is emails. I have been driven absolutely insane and crazy with emails, especially when you start to scale. So when you have the culmination of a whole lot of customers looking for you, it's great to send them to a Calendly, but then what? And you get their email address, and so you have this way to contact them, but then what? You're spending time trying to make your Gmail look professional and like these email templates. You're searching the internet for signatures and things like that. And so I wanted to put this out here so people understood my journey and kind of what I went through. Everything that I do is definitely dedicated to the power of decentralization and understanding how things are going to change. But we're not there yet. So a lot of these tools, the ones that I just mentioned, do not exist in the Web3 space. So we're still using them because they're very, very intuitive, and a lot of them are very sticky with our businesses. A lot of them, though, are just straight up helpful, which is why we use them in the first place. So we're not getting away from things like that. We're just trying to change where the data resides, right? So I want to own my data. I want to make sure that I'm partnering with people that allow me to own my contact list. So I don't want to use something like MailChimp or, that's kind of egregious when it comes to being overly invasive to what you're doing. But you do want to be able to partner with folks who are looking to support you in your business. And so that's what I've done. I was going crazy trying to identify a way to fix my problem, which was I had all these different groups that I was a part of. I had all these different people, and managing them in Gmail was just not time sensitive. It was just, it didn't make sense for me to do that. I was creating inefficiencies in my business. And so for me, as somebody who helps people be technically savvy, it was ineffective for me to continue down that path. So I sought out some partners. And so I went and tested a whole bunch of different tools. Active Campaign, I tested Constant Contact, which is what we're going to review today, and then also just Gmail, trying to make it work, and a couple of others. MailChimp, definitely tried that out, and I have a whole lot to say about that. I'll put that in a different video though. And so for me, Constant Contact made the most sense. And so you guys stay tuned, because I'm going to offer you something that if this type of thing works for you and you think that Constant Contact is a good solution for you, I'm going to offer you something at the end of the video that will help you to get started. So just pay attention, stick with me. We're going to talk about email and email marketing today. All right. All right, so this is an email marketing quick start, discovering the benefits of your email marketing solution for your small business. That's right, your small business, not mine. I already did it. So this is all about you. And let me pop this up here. There we go. Hi, I'm back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We are going to just progress through this. If you guys have questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat. Don't forget them, because I want to make sure that we address any questions that you may have, as well as if I don't have answers, I will definitely reach out to the folks over at Constant Contact and make sure that we get you an answer. All right, so how do we get started with what we are doing today? Today we are talking all about Constant Contact and understanding email marketing. This is going to be a quick start, so it's not going to be fully in depth, but it is going to be something that will allow you to know more than you came in with. All right, so what is the number one app on smartphones? Anybody know what that is? Yo, it is your email. More than half of all emails are opened on a mobile device. Did you know that? Did you think about that? Have you thought about that? Emails are opened on a mobile device. So that is absolutely true. Everybody has a smartphone these days, and that smartphone is our link to an amazing connection of people. What are we doing with our smartphones, and how are we progressing through to make sure that we have constant contact with our folks? All right, and why? People read it. 91% of people check their email on a daily basis. 88% check email regularly on their smartphones, more than social media or videos. Now that I feel like might be changing soon with the rise of things like TikTok, but it is absolutely one of the best tools on your phone. By a raise of hands, or put the number 1 in chat, if you check your email first thing in the morning when you wake up, or right before you go to bed, just to make sure that everything's cleared out. Many of us can relate to this on a daily basis, but guess what? So does your audience. Email works because it brings you to where your customers are. And that's very true. It is reliable. Why email? Email gets delivered 90% of the time. 90%. Facebook posts only reach about 2% of your audience. Facebook or email marketing is hard to beat. It's where everyone is these days, for everything from updates from your bank to service providers, and messages to and from your mom or your kids, and of course promotional messages from businesses like yours and mine. Why email? Because it works. Email is everywhere. But what does that mean for your business? Email marketing has a 3-time conversion rate over social media. So that means the time you spend to create an email will reap higher rewards. For every dollar that you're spending on email marketing, there's a $44 25% average return on investment. That means that the money you spend on your email marketing budget will come to you multiple times over. First impressions matter. When someone opens your email, it'll give you a 2-second glance. They'll either read it or delete it. What they see is going to determine what they do next. So maybe you want them to visit your website, register for an event, or donate to your nonprofit, or maybe even try a new product. This is where professional looking emails drive action, and that is crucial. There are 7 elements of an email design. Did you know that? 7 elements. Those 7 elements are the header, the footer, logo and colors, your email, your message body, your call to action, and your footer. So yes, so it's much like a website. For those of my techies who were here, this is exactly kind of the same thing. You format and roll out an email. They all have a specific design. So first and foremost, what we want is consistency. You want a similar look and feel, and you won't want people to spend so much time in an email, but you do want to establish your brand so people understand your brand. So the first thing you do is define a master template. This is a template that you can create and then reuse it over and over and over. Anybody in federal proposal, the bid capture and propose space, you know that document reuse and reuse is extremely important. So you always have a copy of something you've previously done so that you can quickly just step through to the next thing. These elements ensure that your email looks like your brand, and it includes details that encourage your audience to take action. A template like this is really the first step in helping you to consistently create good-looking emails in a short amount of time. Now, you save time because your master template is used as a starting point, and you plug in the content that is specific to each email campaign. And so what's an email campaign? That is just an email that you're sending out and kind of tracking the information, the feedback that you're getting from it. Okay, so this means that when you change the subject line and the pre-header text, possibly add in a new supporting image, a little bit of change to your message body, and then your call to action, those things are quickly done with a change to our master template. So I'll show you one of these later in our demo, but for many businesses, it can be challenging to know how to create and how to write an email content while making it sure that it's perfect to send to your customers or supporters. So that's why we're going to be taking a look at how to create your email campaign beyond just the basics. Today I'm going to show you how to add in your text and all the elements that will make your email great. So let's take a look, and we're going to be more specific to what we're going to cover today. So I'm going to show you what's coming up in this session today. We've got about an hour of time together, and so I want to ensure that you guys are getting the most out of this. So thank you for being here again, and my name is NiKole Maxwell. Here's what we're going to be covering today: how to grow your email list, how to write your email list, how to design your call to action. We're going to discuss how to finalize and send your email campaign, as well as, and then finally, how to design and send your email campaign. So those are the things we're going to cover today. My name is NiKole Maxwell. Again, I am the CEO of Technikole Consulting, the CEO of Black Multiverse Enterprises, as well as the founder of the Blackverse Metaverse community. You can reach me at my website at technikole.com. You can also reach me by phone at 703-348-7366, or you can contact me at contact@technikole.com. So you can send those over, and when you do, I'll know that you watched this video. So definitely make sure that we are staying connected, because I'm always going to have really good tips for you for technology, but also I'll be your guide through the metaverse. So that is what is coming. That is where all of these great little tools are heading, is the blockchain, Web3, and in the future of the metaverse. So we definitely want you to stay tuned for that. All right, so our agenda today is how to grow your email list, how to write your email list, how to design your call to action, and how to finalize and send your email campaign. So let's talk about some high-level ways that you can grow your list and also have more people to send it to, because that's what matters, right? More people to send it to. So the first thing we want to talk about is this is an important one, okay? So getting permission. Have you ever received an email and just not known where it came from, how they got your contact information, and so you immediately junk it or you immediately unsubscribe? Like, hey, I didn't give you that permission. I am that person. I do that. And so now I'm understanding kind of the impact that I've been having on people all these years as I've done that. But I am that person and I do that, so I get it. There are a variety of ways that people can sign up for your list, but it is always best to get permission for them to explicitly say yes to receiving emails from you. This is a legal requirement in many, many, many different jurisdictions and locations around the world. We know that the world is now global, so it's important to make sure that you're abiding by the rules of every land. They may verbally request to receive your emails. They can check a box during sign up or the checkout process, or they can also take action to sign up through an online form. So those are all great ways of getting them to say yes. But whatever they do, they need to know that they're going to be receiving emails from your organization. So especially when you have like partnerships and things like that, it's important to clearly call that out, or to make sure that they know they're going to be receiving messages from partner organizations. Getting permission is important, and there are a variety of ways you can do it. Tools that will help you along the way, like Constant Contact. Let's talk about all the ways you can get people to sign up and give you that permission. Oh. All right, so think about the last time you signed up for emails. How did you sign up? Pause for a minute. Think about that. I'd like you to think back to the last time you signed up for an email list and how. What did you do? Do you remember doing it? Maybe you were in the store making a purchase and they asked you, or maybe you saw a link like on TV or on a Facebook ad, or maybe you even clicked on an ad. Like, all those are different ways that you could have gotten started with this. These are just a few common ways that people like to subscribe to your email list. Notice I said like. Ideally, you'll want to create a variety of methods to get people to sign up. When you're thinking about the places where you want people to sign up, think about these three categories: in person, online, and in print. Okay? All right, so for in-person interactions, the world is opening back up again. We're getting back out there. So if you're one of those people that's out there, it is really anywhere you're going to be interacting with current and potential customers or supporters. Just encourage your staff to ask people if they want to receive your organization's emails. Just make sure that you're having that actual conversation with them. It's all about consent. We want to ask when people are making a purchase. While you're helping someone in or around your office or on the phone. And don't forget, at your events, your trade shows, your networking opportunities, you could use a paper sign-up form and add them to your account, or even use an app that lets you do this with the power of technology, okay, on your phone or your tablet, and then you can collect those email addresses. Lots of folks are using QR codes right now, and that works really, really well. So most apps will allow the sync to sign up directly to your account. You don't have to worry about trying to like read somebody's handwriting, or like somebody, you know, with any number of different things going on may transpose some numbers. So you don't have access to that contact anymore. Business cards. We've just gone through 2 years where germs are transmitted, and we don't want to do that anymore. So business cards are kind of like waning in the byways. So when you're thinking about business cards, definitely think about technology and how you can be a little bit more technically savvy with the use of something like QR codes. You can find apps in the marketplace by clicking on the integrations tab in your accounts once you get signed up with Constant Contact. So anytime that you or your staff are interacting with current or potential subscribers, make sure you're asking them to sign up, okay? So make sure you're getting that positive verbal feedback, especially in person. Now let's talk about some other ways. So I'm going to talk about print. So not all customers are your leads are going to be people you see in real life. You're going to see them online. So sometimes your physical presence is needed there. Other times it is not. So think about when people see you like in the physical world. If you have like a brick and mortar, that makes sense, right? So we're going to think about signage like at your physical locations. You're going to think about your business cards if you're still using those, flyers, brochures, direct mail, even car wraps, like window decals, like anything that you can use for advertising, you can basically use as a form or a way to sign up. So think a little bit differently. Constant Contact actually has a really cool feature that allows people to see a message on a physical object and then join you via your text list. So it's included and it's easy to use. They can go from seeing a message to joining your list without you or your staff ever lifting a finger. Yeah, so make sure that we're doing that. Use text to sign up, okay? Very cool ways. Now, here's the mega mondo. So with online, the ways you can grow your list online, like let's talk about this because this is where we're all living and breathing these days, is online. Here's what you want to think about when you're thinking about people finding you online. Most of you, all of you, hopefully, have a website, some social media channels, and a variety of other sites like your Google My Business or your Yelp page or your about.me or any number of different things, your Clubhouse profile. Think about all of these. In this online category, you just want to make sure that you're allowing people to sign up. So don't just like transport them. You know, you always hear about these people and their click funnels. Like this is essentially what you're creating as a click funnel. You want to make sure that you have something so that when people click on it, they're receiving the best and brightest from you, but you're asking them for their consent. So one place to allow people to sign up is on your website. There are going to be many ways that someone can do this on your website. They're going to come to you many different ways. So website, also the same for landing page. Ideally, you want to use a dynamic pop-up form to allow them to sign up. So like you've all been on those web pages where it's like the page loads, it stops spinning, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with a pop-up message. But some of those are intrusive, so it's important to be well designed as well as to prompt people to actually want to fill it out, right? So less fields are better. I know on mine I have a healthy number of fields, but that's because I want that actual information, so I'm willing to irritate you just a little bit to get it. Like I want to know where you heard about me because that's important. Like it lets me know what efforts I'm doing that help me to kind of decide what I'm doing next. All right, so social media. Social media is a great opportunity to grow your list. Man, I can't even tell you. For Facebook, there's actually a Constant Contact app that you can add to your profile page. Did you know that? I did not know that until just now. But there are other platforms that you can share a link to sign up in forms or in posts in your account profile. It's always easily accessible, and you can even run a Facebook or Instagram growth campaign straight from your Constant Contact. Now, that's really cool. That's something that a lot of these sites can't say. And so when you are doing that, it is a very cool thing to be able to quickly do it, because sometimes this stuff is a lot and it's overwhelming. If you are a entrepreneur or a small business of one, that is time consuming. And so you don't have a lot of time to do all this stuff. You need to schedule some time, carve it out, and then make things great as you are going along. All right. You want to think about your email outside of constant contact. So what are you doing? Where are you sending messages to people? You're still going to be using your regular email for certain one-offs and things like that. Make sure that you add a link to your sign-up form in your email signature. Wow. Wow. Did you think about that? Have you thought about that? Like, we all have hyperlinks in our emails, but are you sending them to your actual sign-up forms and your pages from there? Because if you're not, you're missing out. Another opportunity is to sign up during the online purchase process. So we've all got our shopping carts and our Shopify e-commerce pages and things like that. We want to make sure that you are collecting that information. So if you have something like a Stripe or something like that, you're getting that on a different end, but that information can be imported into Constant Contact as well. So now that we've covered the 3 buckets or categories and ways to grow your email list, there's going to be some different ways that you can ask people to sign up. So just make sure that you remember to obtain your contact's permission. Permission, okay? All right, so now we're going to switch gears. All right, so we covered the permission, because the permission is really, it's honestly one of the most important things about this whole thing is the permission. So now we're going to go on to how to write your content and eye-catching visuals in order to support your message. So let's talk about that. So now that you understand like why you need a constant contact, maybe you already have constant contact, but you just don't know how to create your own email campaign. This is the part that you're going to want to listen to specifically. Okay. So what types of emails will you be sending? All right, so you've got 2 really great emails here, and they both are sharing an enormous amount of information, but they look good. They make you want to actually look at them. So before we talk about what to put in your emails, I just want to touch on the fact that not all of your email promotions, not all your emails should be about promotion. So don't be selling every single time you send something. No one likes to be sold to all the time. So that's important, right? You're going to want a variety of different types of emails just so you can continue to build that relationship with your audience. Building that relationship is really, really important. That's why you want to include a mixture of time-based information as well as informational emails. So as a reminder, time-based information is when you have some time-sensitive email or some time-sensitive stuff in there, like your sales, your promotions, or events. And then informational focused emails share information that helps you connect with your readers. So this is where you can provide valuable content. You're going to be able to support your products, your services, keep people interested in what it is that you're doing. All right. So next up, we're going to talk about how you start. So start creating your email campaign. You can follow whatever flow works best for you. In this instance, we have the idea of your master template. So you take your master template and you update the from and the reply email addresses that are already set up. You can change these if you would like to. Just make sure that you've gone through and validated the emails. That's going to confirm that you actually have access to send from those emails. When you create each email campaign, you're going to want to change the subject line and the pre-header text. So this shows you what exactly it's going to look like when someone receives your email. So those are really, really important. So sometimes, like I know a certain company that sends these out, and the way that they sent them, it implied something of an adult-only nature. And I was just I was a little bit appalled by what they said, because it was totally off target and off brand for them. I think it was like a lotion company, and it was something of a very adult nature that they sent out. And I didn't really appreciate getting that. So be mindful of the types of conversation you're having with your customer. Make sure that your brand is never affected by, some snarky or jokey or kind of after hours type of work. Make sure that you're on brand and you're thinking about your business. But you can be creative. So you get creative so that you entice people to actually read your emails, right? Let's talk about some techniques you can use to spark some creativity in your subject lines. All right, let's get creative. All right, so let's look at this. I'm going to provide you with a couple of different subject lines that you can use. So first you can try using you or your. Make your email feel a little bit more personal. You can consider adding some personalization in the subject line. So put their name instead of you or your. Put their name, so something like, hey, you. So you would say, NiKole, schedule your consultation today. And that lets people know that you actually know them and you're not just sending a blast to numerous people and don't know their names. All right, another option is to create a sense of urgency. So FOMO, fear of missing out. Last chance, you're going to register by Friday. If you're in Web3, I do not recommend the FOMO tactic. It is dirty on our side of the world. But in Web2, it is perfectly acceptable to send something that hypes up people to come to an understanding of what you're trying to say. Another idea is to make your readers laugh with a joke or a pun. In this case, an example could be read between the wines, like wines, like wines. So read between the wines. Let me catch us up. So read between the wines. All right. So the other thing is you could say, are your investments working for your business? Another strategy is to pique their interest and just say something like, you don't want to miss this. Oh my gosh, did you see? Did you know? Like, ask a question. A question is perfectly acceptable. Last but not least, you're going to want to try putting some numbers in there. So numbers. There's a lot of people in the world. Numbers matter. And so numbers attract attention. They get your brain thinking about something. So try 5 tips for perfectly grilled ribs. So that would be really cool if you were someone who was a grilling professional, a chef, or a cook of some kind. That would be really cool. So any of these ideas that I just shared can be adjusted, but they can also work for any business. So try these types of subject lines and spark things up a little bit. Now, you don't have to do, like I said, you have to be industry specific with what you're doing. So if you are in Web3, definitely be mindful of kind of the principles of Web3 as we're progressing along and creating the future, the Metaverse. All right, so next up, avoid these kinds of things. All right, so now you've got your subject lines, but we do want to avoid certain things. So for one thing, you don't want to type in all caps. You absolutely don't want to use a whole bunch of punctuation and symbols. You don't want to mislead. So don't straight out, tell fibs in your emails. All right. These things can land your emails into a spam folder, but they can also get you blocked from sending messages to anyone at all. So we want to make sure that you are still receiving the information that you are putting out there into the world. Okay. That people are receiving that. All right. So, in addition to that, we've got some tips, and I'll get these to you after our program is over. And we're going to go right on over to adding pre-header text. All right, so pre-header text. So pre-header text, that's this little portion here. It's like a preview of what you're going to say. You talk about that section. So that section is kind of the one that entices people a little bit more. So the pre-header is where you can add a little context to the content of your email without sharing the answer, right? So that's the thing that keeps you out of the junk box at least in my email. All right, so it can be between 5 to 8 words. You're going to want to keep in mind that certain emails and certain devices We all have different things that we're using to connect and communicate. So your pre-header text might just show the beginning. So again, be mindful of how you're setting that up and the letters and words and combinations you're putting together, because it might just get cut off. And if it gets cut off, that might be a problem. So just remember to use your email pre-header in a certain a wide variety of different ways. Whether you add your call to action, preview your content, or just add some urgency, remember to use it as an extension of your subject line. So here's a few ideas on that. Again, you're going to use you're going to create a sense of urgency. You're going to make them laugh. You're going to pull at their hearts, and you're going to pique their interest. All right. So look at the pre-headers at the bottom. So each time we went through that, the pre-header is providing additional context to what we're actually saying in the subject line. Okay. All right, so next up, we've got the subject line down, we've got the pre-header text down. For those of you who are following along over, the last few sessions that we've had and the few sessions that we will be having coming up, you know that every single email needs an image or a supporting visual. Your email needs to be inspiring, but also help your customers, your prospects, and your supporters connect with your message. You want to entice them to take action, okay? So imagery matters, all right? Did a whole project about imagery. All right. It's best to utilize real photos if you have them. Don't worry about copyright issues trying to find images on if you're trying to find images on stock photo sites. You can use something from the Constant Contact repository, or you can use something like Canva that, you're going to be squared away with what you got. If you are in a future tech business, you may want to go the opposite route and actually have something that's less humanistic there and more speaks to your brand, but it just depends on what you're doing. So cell phones are able to capture really cool images. So if you and your coworkers decide you want to go out for an afternoon, have, kind of the weekly meeting outside, you can take some pictures of that and put it in there. Think about any of your events and things that you have to support your communities. You can appoint 1 or 2 people to take some pictures and get those in there. And you can always upload those pictures to Constant Contact, so you have them for years on end to be able to use them to the best of your ability inside of creating really great emails to send out to your community. Don't forget about video and animated GIFs. You can certainly tap in and put in a video, and that can be a link from like a Vimeo or from YouTube, and you can also add in a GIF image. And a GIF image is just basically a collection of images that moves, and so it automates on a loop. And did you know that stats show that emails with GIFs typically get a 12% higher return over those without? I did not know that. And so it's really cool that, we're being given tips at the same time as, or we're being able to be put in a position where we can share things that are beneficial to our community in mass, via mass communications. All right. So what to say and how to say it. Man, that's a good looking email. So this one actually says, "Hey NiKole." That's kind of cool too. Not me, but that is what's here. So you're going to want to figure out what to say and what to write in the body of your email. So this is one of the things that lots of people get tripped up on. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to say it. So here's a structure that you can use that's going to help people to take action. So let's break this down into 3 questions. You'll want to answer each of these questions for the type of business or organization that you have, okay? Now this is for for-profit businesses. So 1, what are you offering? This is a design perspective. This should be your headline, right? And so the goal is to stop your reader. Like, what? Pique their interest and make them want to read more. That's going to lead you into the next part. How will it help your reader? So that's your body, and you're going to provide details of what you're doing there. Okay, so how will it help? Typically, you only need 3 to 5 sentences, but make sure you provide enough to give your readers what they need. Okay, the third is your call to action. The call to action, what should they do next? Tell them specifically what it is that you want them to do, and then have them perhaps you set up a call or click to receive a special download or make a purchase. So schedule a consultation. All those things are great ways to connect with the reader, as well as get them into your funnel. And that is to create a button, something that calls them to action. This is very well done. It is very well laid out, and the color scheme looks amazing on here. And so you can make emails like that really quickly, really easy with Constant Contact. So what to say and how to say it. So if you're a nonprofit, you might be on a different mode than what we just said. So you're going to be trying to accomplish something slightly different. So you have a goal. That goal is to do something. So what is it that you want to do? What is your nonprofit trying to accomplish? That's going to be your headline. Why should the reader care? That's going to be the message body. It's still going to be 3 to 5 sentences. And then how can the reader get involved? That's going to be your call to action, right? So you want them to do something. So you're encouraging them to do something. All right. Now, next up, we've covered what to put in the body of the email. We've covered the subject line. We've covered the pre-header text. Now we're going to move on. I just want to touch base on how important it is that these be simple. So keep your email simple. So simplicity makes your email really great and easy to read. It makes it quicker for you to create each email. So again, we're creating and recreating from this template. This template is something that like people are going to get so used to seeing. They're going to be like, oh yeah. And so they know it comes from you. They're going to know. And we know that when people do business together, it's because they know, like, and trust each other, right? So simplicity makes an email easy to read, and it's quicker for you to create. Make sure that when you copy your master template, that you only need to add a new picture, a new paragraph, and your call to action. And that's it. You should be able to go from there. All right, so that's how you're going to create really successful emails for your business in a timely manner. Now that you know how to create your email, let's move on to what comes next. And that is how to design your call to action. All right, so this is the hard part for a lot of people. Like, it really, really is. So it's like, well, I have this button here, and then what? What am I doing? And so that can be a challenge for some folks. So we're going to move beyond the challenge spot today. So what is a call to action? A call to action is what is used to drive your email reader to take some action. Sign up, volunteer, make a purchase, any of those things. Every email that you send should include one call to action, at least one. Even if it's just as simple as driving people to your website, or to see a new list of products, or to view an announcement. In your email, you want to include a button with action words that can be linked directly to where people are going to take that action. All right, so there's the process. So button, link to where you're going to take action. Button, link to action. There are probably a different million different ways that you can probably set this up. We're going to look at a few examples because we've got a few examples for you, right? So here are a few examples. And on screen, you're going to see some examples. In examples like this, you could link to an online scheduling tool, or you could link to a page where you can buy your product, they can buy your product or service. You want your call to action to be as simple as you can get it, but you also want to be creative. So again, just let people know what you want them to do. And like sometimes they'll do it. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Like if you say, hey, I need you to do this, do it. All right, now next you can give them a deal. right? So it's often very helpful with the call to action to give somebody something because, hey, if you do this, I'll do this. It's a quid pro quo, but it's how we do business. All right. So you can save now, or you can have your own button that says what your deal is going to be. So like buy this now and you get 10% off, or claim your coupon. And so you get a coupon that's specific to you, or a coupon that, only certain people are getting. Something very rare and special. People love to be made to feel special, especially us women folk. All right. So you can promote things on social media. So be our friend, like us on Facebook. Are you following us? Like all of those things, absolutely let people help you grow. That's what it's all about. It's about them helping you to grow, but you're giving them something in order to be able to do that. So they're having a contest on Instagram, for example. So share a photo on Instagram. Share photos of their favorite menu items at the restaurant. They can link their button to their Instagram page. So it's very easy to do that. Share this with me. All right, another common goal small businesses have is to gather feedback and reviews. So in this case, your call to action might be something similar to tell us how we did. Do you love us? Tell us you love us. It's like that naggy girlfriend or naggy boyfriend. Like, tell us that you love us. Tell me you love me. Tell me. Do you have 5 minutes? Leave a review. But in business, this can be the difference between getting a customer and not getting a customer. Having those positive reviews out there is extremely important and essential to you to grow. All right? So you can make that a call to action. All right. So another good way that you can do this is being simple. So you can say, let's drive some registrations to our events. Register now, count me in, save my spot. Oh, remind me. I'll be there. Don't miss this event. Yeah, I'm interested. So those are all sorts of things that will get people to hang out with you in different ways, in different spaces, but also allows you to get their contact information so that you can connect with them. And again, remember, you're asking for permission to contact and to be contacted with, or to be in contact with them. And so they're saying yes. This is them saying yes. So if you're a guy, or I guess either way, this is them saying yes. Yes, say yes. There's a show called Say Yes to the Dress. That's them saying yes. All right. Direct them where you want them to take action. Okay. So let's talk about where to put a successful call to action. Right here, as you see this, that is linking to your button. In most cases, you're going to want to link your button up so that people can take action directly from your email. Whether you need to find out more information about a topic, register for an event, volunteer, make a purchase, when your button is up, it's really important that when you link them to the exact spot that they need to be in so that they can complete that action or get the information they need. For those of you who have attended other webinars and things, you may remember that you don't want to link them to a general page where they have to figure out what you want them to do. The chances of them completing that action decreases anytime that you make people think. All right, at this point, you've got some great ideas to create a successful call to action, so let's move forward. All right, we're in the final run here. So how to finalize and send your email campaign. All right, so how to finalize and send your email campaign. Let's talk about that. So, let me go ahead and pull up my constant contact. First, we're going to go talk about our list growth. And so I'm actually not going to do that. You can answer these 3 questions to write your content. you're going to say, I guess I could do this. All right, so I could go into my constant contact right now. I wasn't planning to do this, but I am gonna do this. So let's go to constant contact, and I may still be signed in. I'm not. So give me a minute. We're gonna sign in. All right, so we're going into constant contact. This is my constant contact, one of them. And so I actually have a couple different constant contacts because I keep things very separate from my different businesses. But we're going to go in and we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So I'm going to go ahead and when I come in here, we're going to go into... Well, that just ruined the whole thing. I don't really know where that is. Text to join. I don't know what text to join is. Maybe it's sign up forms. No, maybe it's a campaign type. I don't recall ever seeing text to join. This is not gonna work. Shoot. No. So we don't have all right, so what we are going to be able to do is send over a email. And so I'm going to show you one of the things that I've done, which is an invitation email. And so this has the same thing. It has So like I put together an email, and this was before I started hanging out with constant contact folks as much. But there's the different elements of what we've spoken about. All of that is there. And you can see that I was able to send this out. We had our pre-header text, and my pre-header was join now. Again, I did not follow the rules, and I did send out in all caps some information, but it was supplemental, so all that was there. All right. Well, we're going to cut this whole part out. Okay, so we're going to move on. And so basically, you're going to go in and format your email. You're going to take some time, create your master template. You're going to create your subject and your pre-header text. Make sure you add in your image, and then also make sure that you are adding in the call to action button, okay? So next up, you're going to be asking those 3 questions when you're creating. You're going to create your next email, and don't forget to add in that visual again. You're going to add in 3 questions. So if you're in business to make money as a for-profit business, your 3 questions are going to be, what are you offering? How will it help the reader? What should they do next? Okay, so those are the 3 questions. Now, if you're a nonprofit, your questions are a little bit different. They're going to be, what are you trying to accomplish? Why should the reader care? and how can the reader get involved. So those are a little bit different, but still extremely relevant no matter what you're doing, okay? All right, next up. So we're going to recap what I just said, all right? So, number one, you're going to answer those 3 questions to write your content. Each email should have a call to action. Don't forget that. Always use the test capabilities included in Constant Contact, and always send over a preview. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that all 3 of those things are done. All of these tips, including the use of having a master template on board, will help you to create some great looking emails and help you to be quick and successful with your delivery and rendering to them. All right, so all of your online marketing materials are in one place. So I do want to tell you a little bit more about Constant Contact. So let's do that. Constant Contact is built to simplify the complex and confusing task of marketing an idea. And as a Constant Contact partner, myself, NiKole Maxwell, I help you bring it to life along with Technikole Consulting. So we help you to make that a reality. So I believe in making things easy and technically savvy. And so Constant Contact is the email campaign management tool that I chose because there's so many jam-packed tools and utilities inside of Constant Contact that just make it a no-brainer to me. And it was extremely useful for what I do in my business. And so I'm sharing that, and I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate this actual program. Constant Contact has all the tools and tips you need to get your online marketing on track. Whether it's creating a good-looking email marketing with some welcome emails, creating a list of join tools and automation, automatic clicking, or having a really cool, easy to build website with all the essentials that's not WordPress. You may want to just run some Google ads or some Facebook ads, or to get more website traffic. You can find new customers on social media, build out your email marketing list. You can even manage your social media marketing posts and reply, viewing your deep analytics each time to help you make the right step in creating a beautiful logo for your brand. So again, all those things, I said that really bad, but you can make logos in your Constant Contact tool as well. When I discovered that, man, I was overjoyed. I'm creating logos all the time, and I was actually able to create some logos for some folks who did not have them with one of my recent summits that I did. So you can build an online store, promote your products, track your inventory, even have several digital storefronts. So you can have multiple digital storefronts. Did you know that? We've got all the tools, the features, and even expert guidance to help you get going and to succeed. It's all in one place. They have an enormous amount of information that's available to you to help you through this. So not only do I offer that as a service, getting started and getting going, as well as kind of helping you to create some campaigns and things like that to get out in front of your customers, but I also we also have a partner support team. So if I'm busy on a project, or if I'm involved in a speaking engagement, sometimes I don't have enough space and bandwidth for that kind of thing. So we also have a network of partners that are there to help. And so that's been like a huge plus for me in being able to make sure that my customers and my friends and extended network were all taken care of when they did sign up for Constant Contact. So that's my question to you is, do you have Constant Contact? Because if you don't, we can get you started today. All you have to do is go to https://technikole.com/start and get going. You're going to want to click there, fill out the form, and then that will make sure that you are getting started with a 60-day trial. And that 60-day trial can at any point in time be turned into a full-on service for yourself and for your business, and we give you 30% off. So get in touch with me if you want that 30% off. But this is absolutely a way to go to help you get started and just test drive the tool. I definitely did that myself, and I found that it was extremely important and impactful and empowering. All right. So thank you so much. Again, I want to give you 30% off. If you're signing up today, you're going to definitely become a part of the Technikole Consulting family. If you somehow see this video in the future, you still have an opportunity to sign up. And that 30% is going to be available for you as well. So anybody who's listening to the sound of my voice, you are able to take advantage of Constant Contact, brought to you by Technikole Consulting. So I want to thank everybody for being here. If you would like to get in touch with me, you can do so at technikole.com. You can also reach out to me at MetaMindshift, and let me actually stick that on here. You can reach out to me at metamindshift.com, and that has all of my contact information on it. And you're able to reach out there anytime for anything. So if you are interested in the future of where all this stuff is going and kind of understanding the metaverse and what it has to offer, I am your girl for that. You can get with me, and we can see what it looks like to have your business operating and active in the metaverse. So that is just another way that I help people to be technically savvy as we move into the future, and the future is decentralized. So I am having a technically savvy moment here with this thing. It does not want to select the whole line so that I can link it there. All right. The struggle bus is real today. All right. Okay, so you're going to contact me at technikole.com/start for getting started with Constant Contact. You're going to reach out to me at MetaMindshift for a consultation on the metaverse and how we can get your business started in just a 1 week and get you going and get you seen. Helping you to stay connected in the decentralized metaverse that is to come. My name is NiKole Maxwell. It has been my pleasure today to help you get started with your email campaigns with Constant Contact. And I look forward to connecting with you. And you can catch me here, or you can also catch me on the MetaMindshift show every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the Black Business Network. This is NiKole, and my voice is resting. Thank you.